got some shit on my mind, and I wanted to like put it down. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to forget this thought, right? This thought pattern. I was sitting here watching a debate between Dave Smith and some like weird ass academic on fucking Pierce Morgan, right? And then Eric Weinstein came on. And I'll be honest, man. Eric Weinstein, he's like one of my favorite dudes. You know what I mean? Like, let me keep this opinion, right? He is one of my favorite guys. But basically, I was sitting here thinking about the Gaza conflict, right, as a whole. And in thinking about the Gaza conflict, I was thinking about how in Gaza, the reason it happened on October 7th, you know what I'm saying, 2023, I think it was, right, the way it did, is because of the fact that, they put their fucking foot on a lion's neck and they let it up, right, for a second. They got lackadaisical with their fucking security. Now, it reminded me of the Camp Hill prison riot. Now, Camp Hill Penitentiary is in the same town where Shane Gillis is from, right? And there was a prison riot back in like the 90s, I think it was, right? And this prison riot back in the 1990s, you had a bunch of prisoners who saw an opportunity to snatch up a whole bunch of like guards and take them hostage, right? And make demands, right? You know what I mean? Now, this didn't end well for the prisoners, but it also didn't end well for the guards. I met a few of the guards later on in life while I was working at like, at like docks and whatnot, right? Remember the one guy, Larry, in particular. I think he took his own life. Now, they sodomized these guards, right? And, they did like just all types of terrible, horrible shit to these fucking guards. Whether or not a CO is innocent or guilty, whatever it is, that's neither here nor there, right? Doesn't matter. It's just a matter of like, motherfuckers are in prison. And when people are in prison, that's how they act, right? When you're held down at a certain point, like, you're gonna get upset at the motherfuckers who are holding you down. And if you have the opportunity, you're gonna lash the fuck out. Now, with that being said, I grew up in a place where there was 2 high schools, right, in my school district. There was 27 elementary schools, 3 junior highs, 2 high schools. It's a big fucking school district, right? Now, this place that I went to, right, it sat here and it had, right, the school district decided that they wanted to like combine the different like fucking high schools together, the 2 high schools. They wanted to put them into one. And I remember being at the PTA meeting, or at the school board meeting or whatever it was, right? And one of the parents from the other side stood up and said, "We don't want our kids to go to school with these animals." And I got that mentality, right? Because on all sides, terrible motherfuckers are really rich motherfuckers. On the rich side, it was guarded by police. On the terrible side, it was guarded by us, right? In concrete. But there was a well-known thing that, like, you leave the protection of our blocks, our neighborhoods. And if you caught somebody from outside of one of the other neighborhoods, right, in your neighborhood, it was automatic. Like, listen, they getting their shoes, coat, and hat took. this is how people act. Like, I can feel the plight of the Gazans, right? Because, like, I know what it is to be in that situation. Like, I know what it is to stand here and have, like, somebody sit here and hold down you, your family, and all your people, and have it be nothing about your fault, but you take it that personally, right? Like, I know what that is. I understand. I feel it in my heart, too. I get it. Like, sometimes it feels personal. The problem is it isn't personal, right? Y'all motherfuckers hear me, man? Listen. Right? You know, and that's the thing. It's not personal. This is not a personal fucking thing. Like, I understand that. I understand this is just how society works. And that every people in every society always wanted to protect what's theirs. That's the whole purpose of having a society. That's the whole purpose of the whole joint. And so I get why the Israelis are acting the way they are. But I feel the plight of the Gazans. I understand what it is to be hemmed in by walls. I get what it is to be hemmed in by police. I get what it is to be restricted in where you can go. I understand this, right? I get this. I get what it is to be looked down upon, right? Like, I understand this shit. I completely feel where they're at. And I understand why they lash the fuck out. Right? Like, I 100% get why you would lash out in that situation. And I feel like the Israelis should too. And understand that this is not a war. Right? This is not a fucking war. That's the fucking problem. Everybody over here talking about this in terms of war. This is not a war. This is a policing situation. Because these people are within your borders. Whether or not you like want to go, oh, they're autonomous and self-governed, that don't fucking matter, right? Like, that don't matter at all. Like, in no way does anything like fucking matter, right? Of like how the governance structure is set up. Like, all what it is you have people inside of your borders who you are controlling, who you fucking blockaded their ports, and who you don't let travel freely. And if that's what this is, then you have a policing problem. Right? And you have a fucking problem of goddamn, man, listen, what's the word I'm looking for here? Opportunities. You have an issue where, like, you aren't given the proper opportunities of the human beings, right, who exist inside of your borders. That's the reality of things. In the end of the day. That's what this is. Let's keep this all the way funky. You push farmers off them land, put them into urban environments, and didn't give them any factories. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? It should always be thought of, right? In like the sense of, you know, like you're standing here looking at this as you should be looking at this as a police action, not as a war. Because you weren't invaded by another country. You were invaded by an autonomous region. Like, yo, inside of your own borders, right? Inside of your own borders. Bro, somebody let me know if my audio's working, bro, because I can't fucking say it. Right? Like, real shit. Like, that's the mental right now. That's the mental where we should all be. Like, real shit. Like, it's so dumb that that's not the case. Like, when you think about these type of things, you should be thinking about this in the way that like prisoners are throwing a riot and you have a policing problem inside of your jail. Right? I agree, buddy. I agree. Listen, I'll be real. This might be the last one from the truck dog. I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm giving up the CDL bullshit, bro. I'm going back to being a regular worker. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm done trying to like fucking squabble for more money, right? Like, listen, I'm not making any money as a truck driver. Like, I'll be real. I had a trucker from my company today ask me for 30 bucks, right? None of us should be on this level, but like, it is what it is. But this is the mentality of things, right? In the end of the day. Like, this shit with the Gazans, I can't see it being anything other than a police action, right? Of people who are autonomous inside of your own country, right? And like, I get the fact that like, you know, I mean, like they feel a way about how like, you know, they were treated on October 7th. But like, real shit, like y'all been mowing the grass for years. Like, this is just what it is. Like, when you have prisoners and like your prisoners know that they're your prisoners, you know what I mean, right? Your prisoners, like, yo, when you let up and you fucking stand here and let them out the cage, right? When you let a wild animal out the cage, the wild animal gonna take a piece of your ass. It don't like being in that cage. Like, all of us know these things inherently. I don't know why this fact is so hard for motherfuckers to understand. Like, why are these people, like, I get, like, the propaganda side of things, right? Where, like, you know, getting the management class on your side by using guys like Douglas Murray or whatever, right? Whoever that fuck was on Piers Morgan tonight, right? Who debated Dave Smith in the beginning, right? I'll be honest, Eric Weinstein is so much better of a guy, bro. I'll be real with you. Like, I don't know why they don't use him more often, bro. Like, cause I like listening to him. You know, like he's way more intelligent and shit, right? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't understand why we're not having this conversation, right? Because like, this is not a war. You weren't attacked by another country. Like, yo, that's dumb. You were attacked by prisoners, and you had a prison colony in the country, and the prisoners escaped and fucked you up. That is not, like, listen, I hate to, like, let go of, like, the prisoners, but, like, even Sweden, like, in Sweden, it's not a crime to break out of jail, right? Because that is a natural inclination of human beings. Like, we all know this, like, just by the fact, you know what I mean? Why are you drinking out of your pee jug? That's not my pee jug, dog. My pee jug's on the other side, bro. It's like back here, right? Pee jug's back in the back, right? You know what I mean? Like, listen, I keep them motherfuckers square because I don't want to drink my pee. Like, I've been there. I know what that is, right? But Stone, bro, listen, I'm about done driving truck, dog. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I went and got a regular job today. I'm gonna start next week. I can't no more, bro. I ain't making no money. All right, things is bad out here. It's just hard. That's it. Like, that's, like, say what you want about the Jews, right? Because the Americans do the same shit, right? I was watching Platoon, right, here recently. No, it was Top Gun. I was watching Top Gun, the original, right? Where, like, you had these Top Gun pilots. Like, I can't believe nobody pointed this out with the original one, right? Some shit that don't make no sense. So in the beginning of Top Gun, they're over here and like they're having this battle with like these MiGs or whatever, right? And fucking like Maverick stands here, and Maverick and the dude, they all like, and they fucking missile lock the guys, and then they run away or whatever, right? But the one guy stays and he missile locks the dude, you know what I mean, the one pilot. And like, the pilot loses their mind about being missile locked, right? He goes, why the fuck are they engaging me? Right? I'm like, didn't you just do the same exact shit to him? Right? America has that attitude about things, right? Where it's like, we can go and blow some shit up, fuck up your shit, fuck up your country. But like, the moment you lash out at us, it's like, oh my God, it's terrorism. It's like, yo, it's so ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous as fuck. Like, it doesn't make no motherfucking logical sense. You know what I mean? It's just illogical, right? I mean, like, I'm cool with being hypocritical. I'm 100 cool with being hypocritical. But to me, that's a bananas concept, right? Like, it's just, that's for me, it's a little much. Like, watching it, right? Because my brain goes, hang on a second. You done pushed all these people off their land, fucking put them in like a little strip of land, right? Told them they're not allowed to leave the land, built a wall around the motherfucking land, and then blockaded their motherfucking ports, right? You know what I mean? And like put them on literally a diet, right? Where like each of them only gets 1,800 calories a day, which by the way, the average American eats like 3,000 calories a day, just so you know the difference. You know what I mean? That's 1,200 extra calories we get that they don't. Which is, you know what I mean, like, yo, why we're fat. But I understand, right? I get the mental, right? Then, like, yo, don't let any, like, fucking, you know, like things to build, you know what I mean, anything manufacturing-wise. And I get it, you don't want them building bombs and missiles and rockets because the same shit you would use for that. It's the same shit you would use to, like, you know, do, you know, fucking, like, manufacturing, right? Like, I get that mentality, right? But, like, on the same level, is just, bruh, it's a little hypocritical to go, oh, they lashed out at us. Like, yeah, they did. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you expected them to do. You know what I mean? Like, the moment they saw a hole in the wall, they just jumped over that motherfucker. They blew a hole in the wall with, like, basically like an M80 in the end of the day. Let's keep this 100% honest. They didn't hit that wall with, you know what I mean, like a tomahawk, right? They didn't, like, do precision demolition. Right, they just hit that wall with like whatever the fuck they had lying around. Then they ran in, gaffled a bunch of motherfuckers, like probably killed, you know what I mean, so many motherfuckers, I don't know, it was like 2,000 people, right? And then, you know what I mean, like ran with a bunch of motherfuckers back to the crib and said, listen, haha, now we have hostages, what are you gonna do, pussy? You're gonna meet our demands now, right? Brilliant strategy, I'm gonna keep it 100, you know what I mean? Right, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're on a diet and you're over here hungry as fuck, because out of them 1,800 calories, somebody else took 3,000 that day, right? So that means your ass only gets like fucking 400, and you starving, you know what I mean? 600, sorry, right? You only get 600, you hungry, and you hear music, you peek up over top of the wall, you see these motherfuckers eating funnel cake and shit, you know what I mean? Dropping acid at a rave. Bruh, listen, I'm gonna keep this a buck with you. I'd lose my mind too. I'd be madder than a motherfucker, bruh. I'd be madder than a wet hen. You know what I mean? It'd be what it is, right? You know, I be out here ready to motherfucking go to war, like keeping this a beam, right? That would just be the mental, you know. Let's keep this a buck, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get Israel, like, this is a major problem. Like, they don't know what to do, right? They have no idea what to do. They have like 3 options, and none of them are things that like the international community are going to accept, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to accept them just cleaning motherfuckers up. Nobody's going to accept them pushing them off the land because nobody wants them, right? Nobody's going to, like, fucking stand here and, like, you know, fucking let them leave, you know what I mean, right? Like, not, right? Those are your 3 options. I said this in the beginning of the war, right? Exactly what the fuck I said. I don't know, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, that's a tough spot to be in, keeping it 100. Or Or, wait, option D. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you can, like, take them, you know what I mean, grab their children, put them into schools, right? Which is, you know what I mean, honestly not a terrible idea, right? Like, that's what we did with the Native Americans, right? We grabbed all their kids, threw them, like, kidnapped the kids, put them all in the regular, like, white schools, only taught them, like, English, you know what I'm saying? Like, inundated them with, like, fucking Anglo propaganda until they all turned into basically, like, fucking honorary Anglos. Right? That's the mental, right? That is literally the mental. And I know my screen's probably fucking up right now, like, legit, you know, because, like, shit's terrible. I'm in, like, the terrible area at the second. I don't know. I don't know. I most definitely want to write this down when I get back to the crib. Right? 100%. I want to write this shit the fuck down and, like, have a conversation about this on the Substack. Right? Because, like, this is something that needs to be discussed, right, from both sides of the angle. You know, like, because it's not, like, Dave Smith is not doing the argument proper justice. And I guess he's really not supposed to. Douglas Murray isn't doing the fucking argument justice either, right? You know, I mean, because, like, this is what Yarvin talks about, right? So, like, he just wrote a piece today and said, if you want to own the left, you need to own them, right? Not actually, like, tone them, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, man, listen, we're fucking out here salt mining for liberal tears, right? That's a dumb way of doing shit, right? Like, that's stupid. That doesn't make any logical sense. That's not how shit's supposed to be, right? That's not how, like, you operate in the proper government, right? Because, like, you only have, like, again, 3 options, right? One of which, you know what I'm saying, is, like, genocide motherfuckers, which, you know what I mean, like, that's not going to happen with, like, 100 million people in America, right? The second of which is, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you fucking re-indoctrinate these people, right? You bring them back into the fold in the proper manner, right? Or B or C, you know what I'm saying, you exile these motherfuckers. And exile's never good, right? Anytime you exile somebody, they always come back to bother you. You don't believe me, go look at Napoleon, right? Motherfucker came back twice, right? You know, you can't exile people. As much as you want to exile people, you can't exile them. Like, exiling motherfuckers, it just causes more problems down the road, because basically all you're doing is you're just saying, here, go plan an attack against us from somewhere else, right? And you're basically creating 2 million new militants, right? Well, really, like 10 million new militants minimum, because they're going to go out there and tell you about all the terrible things that happened to them. Real shit. Real shit. This is the result of their own actions. That's the motherfucker about it, bro. Real talk. This motherfucker heavy going down to Virginia tonight. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to, like, get this out of my head and into the ether a little bit, so that I can, you know what I mean, like, write this shit down later. I can watch this later and then write it down. It's kind of where my mental was, right? I wanted to get this off my head. And by the way, I've been reading Plato, and it's gay as shit. It's fucking terrible. Let me keep it a beam with you. So, like, listen, I'm going to end this motherfucker. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.